Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 131st episode of PandTha Talks, Mark 2.
Oh, this guy's not having a good time.
No, I'm pissed off because of Halo, I'm pissed off because of Microsoft, I'm pissed off because OBS just decided to factory reset everything and I forgot to check. Anything else that's going wrong?
It's
Really?
going so well. We're having a good time.
The last 3 days have been rough. Today's just the roughest. And it's a Sunday. I should be chilled before work. But no. Fucking bullshit.
Oh dear.
Anyways, yeah, I've already gone over this one, so I'm going to quickly speed through it. We're going to be discussing Xbox possibly having another price increase, as you can see on the screen before you, because I've not even gotten to the front page, because I completely forgot about that as well. Leave me be. Then we'll be discussing Ubisoft, because apparently they did not go bankrupt, nor did they get bought out. Apparently they just have shit staff for accounting purposes. After that, Battlefield 6 is officially the best-selling game of 2025, which no one can really complain.
Surprise.
Yeah, no one's got any issue with that, other than their Battle Royale, which obvious blunder on their part. After that, Black Ops 7 is apparently taking another shot at their aim assist, because apparently they just can't seem to get it right, and it's either OP or too weak. Good fun. After that, we'll be discussing a video I sent to Will, which is about Counter-Strike bots, which for some bloody reason, they do weird things now. Let's just say that. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, after that we'll be discussing the GabeCube and how that's basically just...
He got yelled at in the first attempt of recording for calling it the Steam machine.
Yeah, I did. So that's apparently one. There's rumours that it's going to be priced like a PC rather than a Steam machine. And two, Valve official comments state that it is 70% more powerful than 70% of Steam users' current systems, which is fascinating to hear. Also very upsetting. Then we have 220 Rockstar employees that have signed a open letter to Rockstar to reinstate the employees that they sacked the other week. And finally, PlayStation could be basically trying to prevent games that are their major titles from going to PC in the future. With all that said and done, let's now look into it and actually go through it properly. Hopefully there'll be no more mistakes on my part. Hopefully. Anyways, Xbox console prices might increase soon, according to Gaming Industry Insider. While Xbox prices have already gone up twice in 2025 due to tariffs, the next potential increase could be attributed to ongoing shortage of price surge in DRAM memory kits that has affected the entire tech industry. Ironically enough, me and Will kind of already picked up on this accidentally when looking at RAM.
Yeah. I mean, it's been... I've been saying to you over the last couple of days at least now about, like, people complaining about RAM prices going up. Yeah. And we had a quick look at one point, but it didn't look like a whole lot had changed. But then I mentioned it again yesterday after the whole Halo fiasco that we were going through. And turns out that in some cases it has gone up, specifically seeming anything above 6,000 megahertz in DDR5 seems to just skyrocketed in price.
Yeah, because, you know, this shit happens like on a yearly fucking time. Every time it's about this time of year. And usually it's because people are buying systems or upgrades for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's the way it goes every year.
Overcharge people like fucking crazy, because why not?
You wait till like March time and guaranteed the price of RAM is just dead. Throughout the latter half of 2025, the price of DRAM memory chips has skyrocketed across the board, leaving consumers priced out of buying the RAM they want. This price increase and subsequent shortage is due to an ongoing demand for DRAM by OpenAI and other AI-based companies. Well, that's delightful. Yet another reason to hate AI. How great, yeah? Which has led to
truly fantastic.
Yeah. Which has led RAM manufacturers to allocate more of their supply to power AI services and infrastructure. As a result, consumer prices on DDR5 desktop memory kits have jumped over 200% throughout the fall, despite some ongoing Black Friday deals on PC components in general. There is no potential relief for consumers in sight when it comes to DDR4 or DDR5 RAM kits. Which is delightful, because I need to upgrade shortly.
Yeah, not looking good.
No.
Hopefully you can hold out until after the new year.
Yeah, I'll be able to do that. So apparently due to this, their prices could increase even further. which we were looking at the Sony PlayStation 5 consoles yesterday, I think it was, and the prices for that. Because we were discussing just in private, like the Steam machine in comparison. Well, the GabeCube in comparison. And it's a bit insane when people are saying, oh yeah, it's going to be stupidly priced higher. I don't believe it's going to be. I'd imagine personally...
It's not going to be like as cheap as people are wanting it to be.
No, I'd say probably
even 500 would be cheaper than what it's probably going to be.
Yeah, I'd say about 700.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and 700 would be really good still.
Yeah, I'd say 700 is a decent price point for what people are getting from it. At the end of the day, they don't have to pay for online. And even as that guy's video that you saw, actually, ironically, after I mentioned it to you, he compares the prices of an Xbox to a Steam machine. And even if a Steam machine was to cost $1,000, you compare that to an Xbox. Now, with the Steam machine, you are getting access to the console, well, the device, and also online for free. The Xbox, you have to pay for your online service on top of the Xbox. That would be an extra charge. The same thing goes for the PlayStation. Now, due to those extra charges, you have to add that on. Now, it doesn't sound like much at first, but then you consider it's over a 5-year span, because that's how long a console typically lasts. You buy a console at launch, you're paying full price for the console, then you're paying for the online. You're most likely going to pay for the online throughout the entire lifespan, or at least until you upgrade. Now, if you're doing that, that'll be over roughly a 5-year span. Over that 5-year time span, you're paying probably like $150 more. That's on an Xbox. That's before you include Game Pass, if you decide to go for that, or other things. Yeah. But Game Pass, I struggle to say that, yes, you should count that on top, because, let's be honest, it's the equivalent of counting how much money we spend on games on Steam. I feel that's a bit unfair.
I mean, even the basic Game Pass, which you don't get a whole lot with anymore, you still have to get that to be able to play online.
Yeah, nowadays it works out at about $14 on PC.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's before you look at the benefits of a PC as well.
Yeah. So it'd be rough to estimate that, things like this won't happen in that way. And that the price is as good as what you'd expect initially. So I think there's a lot to really talk about in that regard, but
no, when you look at it on paper, a console sounds like a fantastic idea, but you don't get told about all these extra charges that you're gonna have to consider when it comes to just paying for your daily allotted playtime, basically.
Yeah. I mean, as I've been talking about for a bit, my CPU is on its way out. We know it is. But the difference between my CPU and a console is the fact that that's lasted since the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, so it's almost lived the lifespan of near enough 2 consoles. Pretty much 2 consoles.
Yeah. So I got this on release, which was... The release was October 19th, 2018.
So it's already gone over 7 years.
Yeah, my CPU has gone for over 7 years. So the PS4, I believe, dropped in, 2015, 2016? 2013, sorry. Jesus Christ, that was... Yeah, okay.
Damn, that long?
Yeah, apparently so. I do not recall it releasing that early, but okay. So the PS4 dropped in 2013. I've had mine since 2018... When did the PS5 drop? Out of curiosity. 2020, yeah. So I had mine for 2 years before the PS5 drop. Can't believe there was 8 years between the PS4 and PS5. To be honest, though, if I recall correctly, the PS3
if you
and
think
PS4
about that, though,
didn't have much time with it between it. No, it did. Jesus.
If you think about it, though, that means your CPU has lasted roughly the similar amount of time that the PS4 lasted before the next gen came out. And when you take into consideration the amount of money you have to pay to be able to play online, because with PS4, Sony added the need to pay to play online.
That's why same as PC.
Yeah, which is the same as Xbox has. And so you've got the base charge of the console, which if you paid for it when it came out, it was at its highest. Then you've got to pay for the online, which you don't have to pay for on PC. You combine the 7 years of paying for that plus the console, the amount that's going to cost you just for that. We're not talking about games and accessories and whatever else, all your peripherals and all. Just the hardware, and then the need to pay for online. You are going to be paying a lot less to get a PC that will run a considerable amount better than that console. And the benefits alone, before you have to pay for anything, are superbly better. Because I used to not have a whole lot of money when I first got my PC, nor did I have good specs. But the amount of options that are out there of stuff that you can play for free and don't have to pay to play online. All you need is your Steam account. You can play so many games that are free. Sure, they have loads of microtransactions, but that's how a lot of games are these days. And you just get so many options for stuff like that.
Well, this is interesting. So, about the time I bought mine, which is about here, I ironically paid for my CPU about 418 quid, right? That's how much 7 years of online, the bare minimum plan of PlayStation Plus would cost. So basically, I paid for the CPU instead of 7 years of online.
Yeah, and that's without the console price.
Yeah, but to be fair,
and you're paying for a CPU that's gonna work a hell of a lot better than that console. Yeah. If you were to get like equivalent stuff, what's even worse though is the fact that still these consoles are getting games that are limited to 30 FPS. If you were to take those games that are locked to 30 frames on console and build a PC that ran that same game at only 30 FPS, which is gross to think about to begin with. But if that's what you did, you would be paying so much less.
Oh yeah. But I don't like the idea of all the subscription side of shit behind.
Yeah, that's the worst part of console.
I'm not a big fan of it. And wherever Microsoft are or Sony are, I'm seeing more and more subscription-based systems.
Yeah, to be completely honest, they're no longer pick up and play. They're pick up, pull out your credit card, then play.
Well, I came across something interesting the other day. I just want to mention this quickly. When you and me were playing Halo, you know this little arrow here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your launch options usually, or what? Play on a mobile.
Yeah, it turns out you can now link your Steam games directly to your mobile device. I did not know this was a thing. Yeah. I was a bit shocked as well.
The more you know, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain the way it's going to work. I'm not sure it's just that either. Yeah, you can do it on any game. Fucking original Half-Life.
Is that literally just streaming the game?
Yeah, it'll stream from your PC onto your mobile phone, and then you can play it. So basically, the system that Xbox have been implementing, Play Anywhere, Steam has. I found this accidentally. This is not spoken about very often. I've never heard anyone really talk about it. So I just thought I'd bring that up, just casually, because you're not getting charged for that service.
Yeah, it's weird that the option's there, but like when you're a PC player, you're not really gonna use it.
Oh no, but let's say you have a VPN set up to your home address, so you can set them up so it runs on your home Wi-Fi even when you're out and about. You could basically, if you're out somewhere, just connect to your home system and just play a game.
Start gaming in the fucking street.
Well, that's what the Xbox Play Anywhere system was all about, wasn't it? And realistically, you can do the exact same thing just through this, without issue.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's insane. I never knew it, but yeah, it's an actual thing. Anyways, we'll get back to the topic now instead of going off topic as we typically do.
That's totally not something we do, Roy.
No, never.
Don't tell such lies.
I know, right? Shouldn't talk. Though rumours should be taken with a fine grain of salt, a gaming industry insider that states that Xbox is already feeling the pinch of ongoing price hikes. Moore's Law is dead, stated in a November 20th YouTube video that Microsoft didn't plan ahead at all when it came to RAM shortages, and the Xbox console prices could spike again soon. Moore's Law is dead did not state how much the Xbox Series X or S prices will change throughout 2025. The Xbox XS console lineup went up twice due to tariffs on various goods that were imposed by the US government. Currently, the Xbox Series S console can be bought for as low as $380, while the Xbox Series X will set customers back around $600. The price hike on Xbox consoles and Xbox Game Pass have drawn criticism across the gaming industry, which we already know. I find it interesting, but at the same time, oh, fuck that game. Fuck that game. It's haunting me today. Yeah, so Xbox is already in a shit place. Best of luck to them. They can enjoy that. Not my job, not their job. Fuck off. Anyways, Ubisoft comments on AI, Assassin's Creed sales, and more. I still can't believe that it turns out they didn't go bankrupt or anything. No, they just they have morons that they employ for the budgeting.
Evidently so.
Ubisoft recently had its annual earnings call, and CEO Guillemot and other company spokespeople have had a lot of interesting things to say about the Assassin's Creed franchise, the use of generative AI in game development, and future game releases. The past few years have been rocky for Ubisoft, but Assassin's Creed Shadows appears to be a highlight for the company.
What? Something's not right there, Chief.
I see it. I do see it. To be fair,
Yeah,
it did better than the last.
The amount of good versus bad that has happened. Can you really consider it a win?
Yeah, it's a big question, isn't it? The wait leading up to Ubisoft's earnings call was filled with drama, as last week the company cancelled the report mere minutes before it was originally set to take place. Understandably, there were a lot of theories as to what caused the cancellation, with with some of the most popular being that Ubisoft had either sold or parted ways with investor and partner Tencent. However, that isn't the case. And Ubisoft's reasoning for pushing the earnings callback 6 days was simply because the company hired new auditors over the summer. That doesn't make sense.
No, it does not.
While that development turned out to be anticlimactic, there were plenty of fascinating details shared throughout the earnings call. Assassin's Creed Shadows and the franchise as a whole is still going strong, while Rainbow Six Siege sees highs and lows. I've seen more highs from Siege than I have from Assassin's Creed. So I'm just gonna check this here. Ubisoft and Tencent's new partnership reportedly off to a good start. Vantage Studios was officially announced back in October. This new subsidiary of Ubisoft and Tencent will oversee IPs like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. Yeah, the earnings call revealed that Tencent's investment deal in Vantage Studio is about to close in a matter of days. Tencent is expected to invest $1.25 billion into the brand new studio. The partnership between the companies is set to influence the future of most of Ubisoft's most prized franchises, so it will be interesting to see what that holds in store. It's interesting, but at the same time, I must admit I'm quite concerned on the matter.
It's just, as you said earlier, like, how does a company like this hire someone that fucks their report immediately? Like,
yeah,
why were they changing in the first place?
It's an impressive tactic, let's say that.
Tactic.
Yeah. At the beginning of the earnings call, Guillemot opened with praise about the use of generative AI in game development. Because of course he did.
We are making not some praise, but okay.
Yeah, we are making great strides in applying generative AI to high-value use cases that bring tangible benefits to our players and teams. It's a big revolution for our industry as the shift to 3D, and we have to have everything to lead on this front. What the fuck, man? I get your French, but come on. Beyond the Guillemot mentioned building upon Ubisoft's Nier NPC project that was revealed last year, while he also claimed that all production teams at the company were also using the technology for programming, art, and overall game quality. Oh, that makes so much sense now. So that's why this happened. Yeah, I could not have chosen a better time to check this game, could I?
80%. I mean, didn't they have a massive sale like a week or two after the game release?
Oh yeah, they did, but it released just over a year ago.
So bad, man. It's so bad.
I doubt they fixed any of the problems.
How can you fix a mobile game?
I'm looking for anyone with reasonable hours. Okay, it's got 155. 60 on Steam, hundreds of hours on Xbox before he came back. He doesn't disagree with most, but he has a different feeling towards the game. Okay.
How does he have that much playtime in it? Holy. What do you have to do in the game that you can do that much?
Mobilify it. Just think, Will, there's plenty of whales on mobile games. This makes me sad and angry all at the same time. Avoid. Don't own any. I don't like Prince of Persia. I tried it for like 20 minutes, hated it. No, not my thing. Own it, played it, tried it in the beta. It was god awful. Never heard of it. Probably the best game that's on this list, and I own it. Own it on thingy. It's dreadful. Yeah, pretty much most of these in some way, shape, or form I probably have in my library. But yeah,
Rather
fuck
unfortunate.
Ubisoft. That's what I'm basically trying to get across. Fuck Ubisoft. Ubisoft has 4 big games planned for Q1 of 2026. Rainbow Six Siege Mobile. Fuck you.
That's a big game.
If I'm right, Resurgence is also a mobile game. It is.
Mate, stop with the mobiles.
It upsets me because I love the Division franchise. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time remake. I know someone will be happy about that. And an unannounced game. By any chance, is it Bankruptcy
I'm sure...
Simulator? I would play that as long as I can be Ubisoft. Just earlier this month, alleged leaks of Far Cry 7 hit the internet. I remember us talking about that. But just fuck Ubisoft, man. There's nothing else to say. Just fuck Ubisoft. We're all in agreement. We all
they're in a massive hole, mate.
Yeah, and the problem is, instead of getting a ladder to get out the hole, they've decided to just keep digging. And that is like their entire philosophy. Yeah, you know, we could get out this hole right now with that massive ladder that's right there. But you know what? Instead, you've still got your shovel, so we'll use that until it's dead. Sounds like me in fucking Minecraft. Dig and they end up in a hole and it'll break after 1 block. And I'm like, fuck. So, Battlefield 6. I can't believe we are in a time period when I can happily say Ubisoft is fucked and EA is making the correct move.
The fact that EA is doing as well as it is, well, to begin with, is solely because of Battlefield 6, but it is gobsmacking.
Yeah, even Activision Blizzard is fucking in a shit show.
You know what the worst part is, though, Roy? Is we actually would be really happy with EA if it wasn't for the fact that they just have so many microtransactions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is kind of our issue with the majority of, well, any kind of game.
I'd love to pull up a thing on Steam. I wish there was a way to do it where I could just pull up microtransactions. So I could just see every game with a microtransaction. I'd be so interested.
Would the list shrink at all?
That's the question. I would be so interested, though, in seeing it. Technically, DLC is mostly microtransactions.
Yeah, they count as it, don't they? So it's kind of, you can't really get an idea of something like that properly.
The good old days, Will. The good old days. Black Ops. I still can't believe they decided to make DayZ have a fucking Frost expansion, but okay. That wasn't too bad. I enjoyed that. War Thunder can go fuck itself. Space Engineers. It's not a bad game. DayZ can go fuck itself. Not DayZ, sorry, 7 days.
What's wrong with 7 days?
The developers.
It has turned to quite a lot of shit. Don't really care.
What did you anticipate me saying? Yes.
Yeah.
The debt collection. I don't know if you've heard about that, but it broke the entire game entirely. It's.
I have not.
Yeah, they basically. This entire pack, there's massive bugs and glitches in it. They've ended up, on top of that, every bit of like new content that they're claiming, about 50 pieces of it is just skins.
You're joking, man.
No, and then on top of that, if what I've seen is completely accurate, there's a mission about 2 minutes away from Sanctuary that once you do it, you're given like 3 OP guns right at the beginning of the game. Now, you imagine a new player who's never played Fallout 4 before, they buy the Anniversary Edition thinking, oh, this has got all the content, that's why I need to buy it. And then they end up spoiling the fucking game for themselves because Bethesda never made sure that it was balanced. Bollocks. Utter bollocks. So, yeah.
Classic Bethesda move.
Anyways. Well, I'll try and ignore Microsoft for the remainder of the day. I don't think oh no, I've got one more that I need to talk about before I can fucking ignore them, so I'm going to get that out of the way now. So, Battlefield you can go after. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is making more changes to aim assist. Yay! Call of Duty Black Ops 7...
Sure, that's going well.
Treyarch Studios has said that it intends to buff aim assist strength over range ahead of the shooter's big Season 1 update.
Mate, console aim assist is already insanely broken. What do you mean buff? What is there to buff?
Call of Duty Black Ops 7 design director Matt Skronge weird name, said the studio is overall happy with where aim assist is, but will make some very nuanced changes. Okay.
I don't understand the thought process when it comes to aim assist for console games, man. It's just so absurdly broken.
Well, you see, what they want to do is, you see this person's head here. Instead of them
Sure.
having to slowly drag up to it, they want to just go and land straight on it immediately. So the moment they press aim, it needs to appear on that location.
So it's literally who has lower ping.
Yeah,
is all console games are going to turn into.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember that video I sent you on Messenger the other day?
Which one recently?
The one about the guy when I was telling, when I turned around and said, when people turn around and argue accessibility versus difficulty, this is the reason accessibility and difficulty are put on separate terms. Do you remember this?
Yes, the guy with using the matchstick.
Yeah, that's the guy. I just need to bring that up because if this guy can play with limited aim assist, yet a console player can't, I have some problems.
It gets boring is the thing. Like, it's no different at that point to when someone has aimbot cheats because the game's doing it for you. And that's essentially what aim assist is getting towards.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
It's just the game playing for you at that point. If it's fucking aim locking on the heads, so it's genuinely just going to turn into who has the lowest ping.
This one?
Whose shots will register first, you know?
This guy. Here it is. Just to show, like, this is mental.
Bro is better than 90% of Rust players.
Yeah, move the fucking, like, sniper scope. What the fuck? My mouse movements aren't that smooth.
Yeah, bro's got better tracking than I do.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to get at here is people keep arguing for games to be easier and shit. Or, oh, things need to be like this, things need to be like that. Look at this guy. He's not asking...
Games need to be how they were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You had the option for higher difficulties. That wasn't just a case of, oh, here's a bullet sponge, lay 700 rounds into it to kill it.
Yep.
It was actually it was harder in its own different ways, you know, limited ammo, you know, you had to make sure you hit your shots, maybe more enemies, whatever else. And when you were playing player versus player games, there wasn't insane aimbot left, right, and center. Like, sure, there was fucking still aim assist, it wasn't exactly great, but it wasn't what it is now, where you're literally, as you're saying, you're pressing the button and it's just aim locking for you.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
But no, I think there needs to be more accessibility within games, and I'm completely for that. But accessibility means what that guy had. He needs the tools, and they need to be more affordable.
They really need to be more affordable.
Oh, 100%. But that guy just showed people right then and there. Difficulty is no part in it. It's the enjoyability and keeping on trying. Difficulty is nothing to do with accessibility. Anyways.
Yeah.
Just one day before the launch of Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Treyarch Studios announced that it had made some big changes to the game's aim assist. To be more specific, the adjustment was rotational aim assist. What the fuck is rotational aim assist? Prior to the change, full rotational aim assist strength was achieved regardless of aiming direction or which stick was being controlled. But now a player's right stick movement must be tracking an enemy's target for rotational aim assist to be active at full strength. Wait, what?
I'm not exactly sure what that means.
So, from what I gather, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, but rotational aim assist seems to be regarding where the person is located. Now, considering before the change, full rotational aim assist strength was achieved regardless of aiming direction. That means you just literally press aim and it'd lock on someone. Now they've modified it so that you need to have at least it's not a movement stick, it's the camera stick, basically. It needs to be tracking an enemy for rotational aim assist to be at full strength. So there's still partial strength, though. They're so fucking easy! Now the studio announced another change to Black Ops 7 aim assist. Treyarch has been monitoring the feedback and internal data, and there will be some making nuanced changes and slightly increasing aim assist strength over range. Do you remember when games used to be about skill, not about what robot works best?
I saw a TikTok the other day that was titled, "Remember when this is what used to be considered skill?" and it was someone on GTA, I think Vice City, riding a bike on the thin edge that is a ledge, like a raised wall on a bridge, and they're just riding on that without falling off into the river.
Yeah,
and it was titled "Remember When This Used to Be Skill."
Exactly. Now though, you can get like 17 programs that do it for you. Anyways, I'm done with Microsoft for the day, so let's move on to some more enjoyable topics.
I will be one moment.
Okay, I'm just gonna continue talking while he does that. Battlefield 6 is 2025's best-selling game in the United States, new market data reveals. The milestone adds context to the first-person shooter's strong launch month, and with recent trends indicating Battlefield 6 has a realistic chance of retaining the best-seller title by year-end. Battlefield 6 was released for PC and current-gen PlayStation and Xbox consoles on October 10th. Less than a week later, publisher Electronic Arts called the biggest launch in the history of DICE's long-running franchise, which marked its 23rd anniversary in September 2025. Battlefield 6 debuts at number 1 on the 2025 best US sellers. Let's have a look at this chart real quick. So Battlefield 6 is 100% the best one up there, and that's since October 10th, which we are now in the 23rd of November. So, you know, it's been up there for a while. Second is NBA 2K 2026. I'll never understand the obsession with those games, I must admit. After that is Monster Hunter Wilds. I get why people like them, but February 28th, that's still up there from. That's insane. Borderlands 4, September 12th. That's fine, I'm looking at the US best-selling this year, which I've got to say, Battlefield 6 is at number 1, has been since October 10th. We're now on the 23rd of November. NBA 2K has been there since September 5th.
We don't really understand how.
Yeah, I said the exact
same. But I guess the US is crazy about basketball.
They are, yes. Monster Hunter Wilds, February 28th. They've been up there a long time. Borderlands 4, September 12th. EA Sports College Football.
The only reason the Borderlands is up there is because of the past name that they have. Because let's be honest, they have severely underperformed.
Yeah. So
their release was not great.
Number 6. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, April 22nd. That's still up there. That's impressive in itself, honestly. And then you got Sony at the bottom here. Ghost of Yatoro. Ironically, Black Ops 6 is still number 7th. But Black Ops 7 isn't even on the list.
Yeah, I mean, they can't even hit 100k players there for such a big title and a big name behind the game, and they can't even hit 100k players. And I would imagine that number is probably dropping by the day.
Oh, yeah.
I was telling you the other day as well about how they've been paying streamers to a week-long contract to only play Black Ops 7. They're not allowed to play other titles. It's gotten that bad.
Oh, yeah. So, Battlefield 6 sold over 7 million copies in the first 3 days.
That's insane.
Yeah, just to give like a good example here. And we can actually have a look here at the prior launch sales. So, Battlefield 1942 and Vietnam are unknown. Battlefield 2 did 1.2 million in month 1 in 2005. 2142 is unknown. Battlefield Bad Company, 400,000 in week 1. Battlefield Bad Company 2, 1.39 million in week 1. Battlefield 3, 4.68 million in week 1. That was one of the most beloved Battlefield games in existence. Battlefield 4, 2.59 million week 1. Battlefield Hardline, 1.48 million. Battlefield 1, 3.46 million in week 1. Battlefield 5.
What the fuck is this naming scheme, though?
I know. I have the same question for Microsoft and their Xboxes. Battlefield 5, 7.3 million in the first 2 months. Battlefield 2042, 4.23 million in week 1. What a regret. Battlefield 6, 7 million in 3 days. That's insane. Like, jump all the way down here. Couldn't ask for any more. You really couldn't. According to the Sakana data, Battlefield 6's October 2025 sales have surpassed the lifetime sales for Battlefield 1. The 2016 game held the title of the series' best-selling installment for nearly a decade, with an estimated 21 million units sold as of late 2023. The shooter is thus currently doing Call of Duty level numbers and has a feasible chance of ending the year as the best selling title of 2025, at least in the US. Amazing. Good on them. Happy for them. Now time for some sad news. This one I think is going to be the interesting part.
You can never leave things happy for just a second. A single second.
No, I can't. Ah, there it is. So I'm going to drop this audio down to its lowest because he is shouty. He's a shouty man. But much appreciated to this guy.
He's not shouty. He's just like a bit louder than normal.
Yeah.
You should be used to that with me, but I'm shouty.
Yeah. Only Pixel. He got republished by someone else, so I'm just going to show the clip that I've got here, and we can watch this together, and then we'll go through the insanity of this crap.
Playing the game, but once you start spectating them, they stop moving and then maybe even disconnect automatically. This guy, legit. I look at this guy, I go to Supreme, he stops moving. I go to this guy, I go to Supreme, he stops moving.
Okay, maybe he's a bit shouty.
yeah, you get my point now. By the way, this is on that volume. That's how low it is.
Yeah.
They are bots that can tell if they're being watched. And if they are, once I stop, he starts shooting again. Then we have a AI clanker, another.
Now, my big part of this is, and the reason I've got so much concern on this, how the fuck have they now got a way of finding out if they're being spectated? That was never a thing. But
Who really knows, mate?
That is a massive concern.
Johnson, he just maybe, I don't know, he may be not.
Yeah.
You will see people.
How the fuck does that even happen, though? Like, are these bots for Counter-Strike? Are these players? What's going on? What is causing this? Is it hackers? What? I'd like more information, but I don't think we're gonna get.
Here's the thing, though. So we saw this yesterday. We were talking about it, and I said to you, I've been seeing more and more of this. Like, it started off like smaller, less significant things.
Yeah.
To do with bots being in CS:GO, and it's just been slowly becoming like a bigger and bigger problem to the point that it's now that bad where you spectate them and they stop moving.
Exactly. It's just such a massive concern. It really is. Rumor: the GabeCube will be priced like a PC, not a console. So the Steam machine's price may be more akin to a PC than a console, according to a YouTuber who spoke with Valve on the matter. While this isn't Valve's first foray into the console market, expectations are high after the company redefined the handheld space with the SteamDeck. There's a lot that gamers don't know about the Steam machine, but it sounds like those holding out for something cheaper than current-gen consoles may be in for a disappointment. Valve officially unveiled the Steam machine on November 12th, and fans immediately began to speculate about how it could upend the coming console generation. While the first round of Steam machines came out a decade ago and failed to make a splash, more recent Valve hardware has had a much better track record. Many gamers suggested that the new system could undercut Xbox, which is also trying to bridge consoles and PCs by pricing it below the Xbox X and Series PS5, but that possibility seems uncertain. I don't like this guy. I don't like that I even have to mention him, because I'm not a fan.
It doesn't take much.
No, he's just a bit arrogant, I find. In a video about the upcoming system, popular tech YouTuber Linus Tech Tips says Valve told him the Steam machine will be very competitively priced with a PC, but that its price will be more like a PC than a console. Now, that's an interesting statement because, as he said, it's going to be very competitively priced to a PC. So that means it's going to be probably quite a bit cheaper than it would be to get that PC.
It'll be interesting to see. Like, we can't really say anything because we just don't have a price. They're probably not going to release a price until basically the day the Steam machine gets released. Maybe like a week or two before, if we're lucky.
I'd say a couple of weeks before, because they're going to want
yeah, true that. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, do they really need it? They know people are going to get it.
The reason is basically they're going to be starting to send them out as of next year. So they're going to have to get pre-orders done before that point. Honestly, knowing Valve, they might announce it around Christmas time.
I mean, anything's possible.
just like because that's when most people have got like the money sorted for it. It would not shock me. So yeah, basically, but the price is more like a PC than a console. That's worth noting because Linus explains consoles typically subsidize their cost through game sales, allowing them to sell for less than an equivalent PC. While that may pour cold water on the idea of a sub $500 system, it still leaves considerable room for interpretation, given how widely PC prices vary. Valve engineer Yazan, because I don't want to butcher his last name, has said that the Steam machine is better than 70% of Steam users' specs, but which may make a high price seem likely. But it's worth noting that the platform's most popular GPU is the 4-year-old mid-range RTX 3060.
Hey, wait a minute.
There you go. Well,
just like it's change away from it. They're like, yeah, it's like one of the most common GPUs. Like, bullshit.
It is. An interview with IGN.
I'm sorry if they're using something similar to a 3060, and it's not going to be that good.
No, as you said, they're going
for 1080p actually. For 1080p, I'm pretty sure it's actually a really good card, but
yeah, they're going for like 4K though.
Yeah, they're going. What was it? Yeah. 60 FPS, 4K.
Yeah,
guaranteed. That's insane.
And that's from what they've said, it runs 4K 60 on most Steam games. Because there's always going to be the one or the couple unoptimized pieces of trash.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you were gonna go with something like something that's like heavily demanding. I was gonna correct you, like no, something that's just built like trash.
Yeah, my only problem, as I've stated before, and I will always continue to state on the matter, it's that they need to get an agreement with the anti-cheat systems to get those sorted first. Because you got to think, on Linux, they don't allow it. They need to get it running on the Steam OS ASAP.
I mean, there's some games, so Rust, for example, because with the recent Windows issues, apparently a lot of people are actually switching over to Linux, like entirely, which is hilarious. But Rust, for example, were saying that they won't be releasing Rust on, like, they'll not be making it compatible to work with Linux.
Yeah.
Because of the problems with Linux and running EAC and different stuff like that.
Yeah. We need EAC to basically work with Valve on that math. Because the moment it releases...
EAC just needs to work, period. But it doesn't.
Well, yeah, true. That's the thing. They're hell-bent on keeping, EAC there. But personally, I think they'd be better off if they just made their own fucking anti-cheats. Because the ones out there at the moment just don't do what they're supposed to. So, in an interview with IGN, Yazan also said that Valve wants to ensure that the GabeCube remains as approachable, as affordable as possible, saying it's going to be reachable for a lot of people. Those comments, together with what Valve reportedly told Linus Tech Tips, make it sound like the system could land somewhere between current gen price and a higher end PC. It sounds like it will at least remain a reasonably priced alternative to another notable PC console hybrid, as Xbox President Sarah Bond has said, the next Xbox will provide a very high-end experience, sparking worry among some gamers. So, it's going to be interesting. Very interesting at that. And as we know, we've now heard that, it's going to be like 700%. Here we go, I can pull it up. So these are the most common specs for PC gamers currently.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. How is that the CPUs?
Yep.
Okay, I am not fucking surprised that the Steam machine is going to be better than 70% of PCs if this is what people are running.
Yep.
How is it this bad?
That's a great question. I still love this part because I know I'm part of the group that just annihilates this. Total hard drive space. I'm definitely above a terabyte. Free hard drive space. Yeah, I'm probably about this. Actually, no, at the moment I'm doing a lot better. Wrong thing. See? Doing a lot better. Just ignore this.
I don't think that's considered doing better, Rory.
Well, I mean, 2 of them are quite blue. VR headsets, no. Meta Quest 3.
Really?
Funny. Half of
upgraded fast for the headsets.
Oh, massively. So that matches me. That matches me. I'm just above that now. I definitely am English. My multi-monitor desktop resolution is exactly this.
Nah, 1440p.
I know. Get over yourself.
Man, you need to switch already.
Get over yourself.
Stop being a little bitch.
I think my CPU has more cores than that. But yeah, overall. That's the stats, and then people wonder why it's going to be over this. But running over this is more than enough then. And that's what sort of makes me feel more confident about this device. As someone who started PC gaming with a PC handheld, this is a great option for people who want to get into PC gaming without having to buy something super expensive that they don't know how to operate or maintain. It's a fair point.
Gaming is pretty fucking important, though.
Yeah. Not everyone will know, and having a system that's going to do it itself.
Yeah, even something as simple as just opening up your PC and dusting it.
Yep.
Can be like a very important task.
Oh yeah. They're targeting 70%, but that means most already have Steam Machine's power or better, so why buy it? No, that's not what that means in the slightest.
The opposite.
Yeah.
What?
This guy's incompetent.
If it's 70, if it's better than 70%, that means 70% of people have a worse system than the Steam Machine.
Yes, exactly. Also, they said they're targeting 4K, but 70% they are targeting only use 1080p. Yeah, that's because most people just buy monitors for the PC rather than utilizing it for their TV, where this is more optional for both. On top of that, if they're running 1080p, that means they're not going for 4K, which means they'll get more frames.
Yeah, 4K is going to be at 60 FPS, but like if it's running 4K at 60 FPS, that means 1080p, not even 1440p, 1080p is going to be insane on frame rate theoretically.
Yeah, exactly. Because the hardware they have isn't capable of 4K, so it's not really relevant for targeting 4K resolution, especially not for 60 FPS in AAA titles. I don't think this guy knows what he's talking about. If they were targeting 4K, they should have only took into consideration systems using 4K monitors. Why would they do that? Because at the end of the day, it upscales, and even if you don't use upscaling, you're getting more FPS in general. You are a fool. If they did that, then the hardware spec of that 70% would be much higher. No, it wouldn't, because that wouldn't be 70% then, would it? It'd be 30%, you fool. I'm in the 30% of PC gamers that have a more powerful rig than the Steam Machine. But
this person understands percentages. Fantastic.
Yeah, but it's a much bigger case and requires a good bit more power. That said, I hope the Steam Machine will be a nifty and hopefully affordable alternative for most people. Logical answer. Thank you, James. Yeah. Thank you,
like,
Connor.
If you want
to go fuck yourself.
If you want to go into some serious shit, like the best of the best, then that's sort of what you're going to start doing PC game for. Or if you just want the accessibility of inside your PC to be able to swap things around for future reference and just general like ease of access, then sure, PC. But realistically, if we think about it, Rory, the Steam Machine is kind of gonna knock PCs out, not just consoles.
Yes, in a way, but I can also see it being beneficial in a way. Because one of the major concerns and complaints we had over the years, from Rockstar being a primary example, ironically, is that basically they didn't have a base system to work off of for PC stats. Which is why optimization for PC games are always all over the fucking shop. They claim one thing, it's always another, everything's a bit fucked. So, with the Steam Machine being out, it'll be stronger than 70% of people's. For the 30% extra, they can add a few more options. But overall, they now have a solid baseline in what to design PC games for. They have specs that they can sort of go, well, this is a baseline, then anything above that will be this. This is what's above that. Okay, optimize it to this regard. So it's going to help a lot more with optimization and designing for PC, and hopefully, due to that, we can see some development kicking to gear a bit easier. That's a hope, not a guarantee, unfortunately. So 220 Rockstar employees signed a joint letter demanding fired Rockstar staff be reinstated. How do you think this one went?
I can't imagine it's going to go very well.
No,
realistically, when you look at the entire size of the company, there's not that many of them.
Yeah, I'm with you. As the fallout of Rockstar Games' decision to terminate 31 GTA 6 developers over what it claims to be gross misconduct continues to spiral, 220 members at Rockstar North have penned a joint letter demanding their former colleagues be reinstated immediately. Rockstar has already faced backlash from both the fired staffers and government organisations in the UK, and now remaining employees have voiced their support for the expulsed team members.
Expulsion.
Yeah, I got that.
When
It
you
just
expelled.
yeah, it feels like they mixed two words.
We already know what these articles are like, where they
True.
think they use big fancy words that makes the article look better, but it just becomes more annoying then to try and actually
Yeah.
understand.
No, I'm with you.
and
It was first revealed on October 31st that Rockstar fired dozens of GTA 6 developers. We already know all this. So, let's get to the major important part. Remaining Rockstar staff voiced support for their fired colleagues. On November 13th, the IWGB issued an official statement announcing that 220 Rockstar staff members have written to management at the company with a joint demand for all 31 employees to be immediately reinstated. Multiple protests against Rockstar Games have been organised by the IWGB and the former staffers, with gatherings taking place outside Rockstar North offices in Edinburgh, as well as the Take Two offices in London and Paris. More protests are planned to take place on November 18th. That was 5 days ago. Though it remains unknown at the time if the incumbent staff will be joining their former colleagues at the picketing line. Rockstar has continued to defend its decision, with claims that the Terminate workers had violated company policy by leaking confidential information in a public Discord server that included non-staff members. On the flip side, the fired employees have stated that the server was only used for discussing unionising, hence the muddy legal issues facing Rockstar. Fans and industry experts alike have already speculated that further backlash could prove detrimental, particularly to GTA after GTA 6 was delayed again. And many predict further delays if Rockstar Games does end up in hot water with the UK government. As it stands, no official evidence has been provided in a court of law to support or refute either side's argument, and it remains to be seen if the matter will escalate that far, or if the two parties will settle on a resolution anytime soon. I've got to say, they have fucked up so badly by doing that just before they decide to delay the game as well.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them.
Yeah. So PlayStation could be pulling back from releasing its big games on PC. We all knew something like this might be said eventually. But once again, it's only a rumour. No one knows.
It would be surprising though, wouldn't it? It's just Sony being Sony at that point.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me too much, honestly. But they have been complaining a bit because they want... How can I put it? They want to sell more consoles, and they know that if they just keep putting them on PC, we will wait. I mean, fuck me, I waited how long for Ghost of Tsushima? It was a long time. According to the podcaster Jez Corden, a very good source mentioned to him that future tentpole single-player games by PlayStation may not be released for PC and may be kept in-house console exclusives.
Shocker that that's what PlayStation.
I officially take this with the largest grain of salt to ever exist. The comment came amid discussions about PlayStation games releasing on Steam, failing to receive the same virality as other titles on the platform, perhaps making PC a less lucrative outlet for Sony.
I think it's stupid of them, but again, it's just Sony being greedy.
In total, the report said Sony's 5 top-selling PC releases on Steam have passed 43 million copies sold collectively. The gross revenue for these sales reportedly amounted to $1.5 billion. This includes $1.2 billion for Sony and Valve's cut of $350 million or more.
That's insane.
Sorry, they're not making much out of it.
Yeah.
Really? That's your argument.
They just, they're trying to keep their fanboys happy.
I think this guy might be a fanboy, that's the thing. Let me have a look.
It doesn't make sense.
Who are you?
It also would just be annoying because, again, it's going to be how we're always talking about how we want games everywhere so everyone has access to them because it's just better.
Oh.
It makes no difference to them other than their console sales might go down a little bit, but their game sales will skyrocket.
No. Turns out this guy is he's a editor for Windows Central, WinC Gaming, and a few other bits. So he's a journalist. effectively. So yeah, still take it with a grain of salt. Game journalism, we all know how it is. And yeah, that's about how to feel about it. By the way, PlayStation 5 Pro, $750 original MSRP.
That's insane.
That's just a daft price. But anyways, that's all said and done. I'm fed up with
Rory's
the
not being
industry
happy.
today. Yeah, I'm fed up with the industry today, man. Like, they just don't seem to know what they're doing. Like, at any given time, they just have no idea what they're doing. And then it's everyone else's fault, not theirs. Everyone else is a problem. The industry hates itself. Everyone hates each other. And I hate all of them. So just fuck the industry, yeah?
I suppose.
That's just like the fucking thing for 2025. The industry is fucked and everything in it's fucked.
Yeah, I guess that sounds about right.
2026, I'd hope for better news, but let's be honest, I've been saying that the last 3 fucking years. I honestly, it's so upsetting. The general idea, by the way, I've been thinking on for our typical Christmas and New Year's fucking review that we do. Considering we've got no fucking, like, very few games of this year, I've decided...
I mean, yeah.
When I was looking at it and thinking about it, I've gone, okay, so our best idea is probably we're going to go through the games we've played this year, whatever that is, or games we've heard about, stuff like that, and we're going to discuss them for a bit. And hopefully we're going to try and keep it positive, but we will also...
Looking at it the other week... We were looking at, and I know you've got a few more games than I have, and you've enjoyed a few more of them. But me personally, I have 2 games that I've played that I've released this year, and they were both indie titles that, to be completely honest, in my full opinion, weren't actually that great. They were fun for a little bit, but it got boring quite quick. So a bit of a letdown and a disappointment, and that's how this year has went for me in terms of gaming.
No, I'm definitely
There's just not really been anything there that I've been like, oh my god, I really want to play that, or I've got to get it, or I need it, or whatever. It's just been...
No, I can definitely agree with that for the most part. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be our better way of handling it. I'll probably record a few clips, or we might even do what we used to do and launch a bit of a game and show a bit of footage of the games to see what's actually in it. But yeah, we'll have a bit of fun with that. That'll be in a couple... Well, that's in about like 4 or 5 weeks from now, isn't it?
I just hope that I am suited for it and not in a position where I won't really get the option because I'm moving.
No, exactly that. So
hopefully I'm all set up for that day specifically.
Yeah,
but I suppose we'll have to wait and see.
That would be Sunday the 28th of December.
Theoretically, everything should be set up and fine, but
yeah,
you know what it's like. It's gonna be gonna be madness for a couple of weeks for me.
Just it's 5 weeks from today, basically. So all fingers crossed, we should be good. But there might be a couple of weeks we have to take off due to Will being away. But when he gets back, we'll be sure to jump back on nonetheless and do some crazy and loopy shit as we always do. But yeah, we'll try and get something set in stone for what we plan. But that seems like the best idea at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but that's the way the industry drops sometimes. Annoyingly.
Yep.
But anyways, with all said and done, is there anything you'd like to talk about briefly, Will?
Nothing comes to mind. I daren't mention Halo. Whoops.
Fucking Microsoft and their fucking bullshit. 3 hours, 40 minutes of fucking editing, fixing, still bugs.
We just wanted to play Halo, man. Just to play it. That was it.
The first one's fucking god awful, by the way. Did not enjoy. Don't even know what the story was. I had to go and fucking Google it afterwards to figure out what the fuck we'd been doing the entire time. Anyways, with all that said and done, thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And the Discord is in the description if you wish to drop by. We are usually, especially lately, we've been sat in the community channels.
I've been yelling at Rory to get on more.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working for now.
Yeah, I've been on like 4 or 5 days in a row, so I'd say you're doing well.
Look at him go.
I know. I'm getting back to some consistency. It's fucking unusual.
I have to keep yelling.
Yeah, pretty much. It's how I work as a person. But yeah, feel free to drop by if you do want to say hi. We're in there more often than not nowadays. Even if we're not, if someone joins, we see the notification and we jump in pretty quick. So feel free to do so. But yeah, thank you all very much, and we will see you all next time.
Bye for now, guys. See you next week.